told you those big muscles look cramped.
Perhaps one of us can help you relax.
Long ago, long before the pyramids were built, a tyrant named Memnon enslaves other nations with the help of a seer who predicts the future. To get rid of the tyrant's oppression, a small handful of rebels hire the Akkadians to eliminate the seer. But will they be able to eliminate the one who can see the future? Hi guys, with you Avranzet. This is a recap of the movie The Scorpion King.
Catch this.
5,000 years ago, in one of the barbarian tribes, Akkadian Jessup was captured and tied to a pole. The barbarian leader, who had thousands of deaths to his credit, considered it a special honor to kill such a rare guest. However, at the last moment before the execution, the captive's brother Mateus bursts into the cave. Surpassing many in physical strength and deftly dodging cold weapons, he single-handedly massacres first all the warriors and then their leader. In the ancient deserts on the site of modern Egypt, long before the pyramids were built, there were bloody Laras. The strongest warrior became king. Of all the conquerors who came from the east, Memnon was the longtime winner. He always followed the advice of his seer, who predicted the outcome of every battle. So he subjugated all the nations that resisted him. Only a small handful of militiamen, disgruntled with the new tyrant, were discussing options for attacking Memnon's forces. The elders concluded that as long as the seer was the eyes and ears of the tyrant, he could not be defeated. King Pharaoh then hires the Akkadians to eliminate the seer and gives them a reward of 20 rubies, emptying the entire treasury. However, his cronies condemn him for this decision, as they do not believe in the success of the mercenaries. Later, under the cover of night, Mateus, along with his brother Jessup and another aide, sneak into Memnon's camp to eliminate the seer. Mateus uses his large camel as a winch to instantly move down the slope to the center of the camp, killing guards in the process. And in the middle of the tents, he meets a conocrat tied to a pole and begging for help. But the mercenary passes him by. Apparently, the seer already knew about the guests, and an ambush awaited the mercenaries under one of the tents. Jessup, as well as one of his assistants, are wounded by arrows and taken prisoner. Meanwhile, Mateus infiltrates the tent and to his surprise discovers that the seer is a beautiful sorceress girl named Cassandra. Since she knew ahead of time about the mercenaries' visit, the warriors take him by surprise and immobilize him. At that moment, King Pharaoh's son Takmid enters the tent and brings his father's severed head to prove his loyalty to the conqueror. And in front of Mateus, Memnon himself personally kills his brother, Jessup. Enjoying his invincibility, Memnon wants to do away with Mateus as well, but the seer Cassandra predicts that he will die not now and advises not to disobey the prediction in order not to frighten luck. So the Akkadian mercenary is simply knocked out. When Mateus comes to his senses, he finds that he is buried up to his neck in sand. The conocrat Arpad is also buried in the sand nearby. Meanwhile, the guards use the flames to lure large fire ants to the surface to eat the captives alive. After a while, the thief somehow manages to get out of the sand. Unexpectedly attacking the guards, Arpad eliminates them. Arpad is in no hurry to help the Akkadian either, as last night he too had passed him by. It is only when Mateus promises him that he will take him with him and share the spoils that Arpad rescues him from the ants. Meanwhile, Memnon visits his seer to get another prediction. Cassandra prophesies his victory in the upcoming battle with the armies of the ruler Isis. And the king orders the army to prepare, encouraged by the news of triumph. Cassandra obediently, however, shuns the ruler, tired of his bloody wars. But despite this, Memnon dreams of making the seer his queen. However, to avoid his encroachments, the girl reminds him that, according to legend, she will lose her rare gift of prediction after entering into a relationship with any man. At this time, Mateus heads to Gomorrah, the capital of Memnon's kingdom. The large city is surrounded by impregnable walls and is well guarded. To enter the city, Mateus tells the guards that he has caught a conocrat and wants to collect the bounty on his head. In the city, Mateus passes through a marketplace where merchants offer their wares. The warrior also meets passionate women.
Hey, soldier, those big muscles look grand.
Perhaps one of us can help you relax.
They offer him exotic entertainment. Then he is robbed by a group of small children. However, an experienced tracker finds the thief, brings back the bag of rubies, and offers him to earn money as a guide. The boy agrees and leads the warrior to bypass all the guards and temporarily shelters him in the laboratory of the royal alchemist Philos, who is working on creating explosives from Chinese gunpowder. Later, the inventor tells the hero how to find Memnon. The conqueror, despite his long-established power, often trains and fights to keep himself in shape. At this time, Mateus makes his way to the watchtower near the training yard and thanks his little helper for his help, giving him a single ruby. Meanwhile, the ruler demonstrates how he can catch a flying arrow with his bare hands. When Mateus was about to eliminate Memnon, the king's servants bring the same boy after finding the jewel in his possession. Believing that the beggar had stolen it, Memnon orders his hand to be cut off for stealing. To save the child, Mateus shoots the executioner and thus reveals his presence. Mateus then attempts to hit the tyrant with an arrow, but he deflects the arrow, and the entire palace guard rushes in pursuit of the mercenary. Having broken away from the chase, Mateus returns to the alchemist's workshop and, with the help of his invention of the catapult, moves to another part of the palace, the harem.
Not to please.
Oh, I'm sure you do, ladies.
Stay
But
behind.